Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Val from Dragonfly Crystals, here with my beautiful co-host, Marina of Heart Centered Tarot. And this is Messages for Lightworkers. So
Yes.
today we have some amazing things to talk about from the guides and angels for all of you. But before I go forward, I just want to say hi to Teresa, Tea Garden Chicken, Katharina. Good to see you, Lori Huntsinger, Suzanne. Glad you could join us.
Yes.
And, I just want to say, I know it's the holidays now and it's kind of, you're out and about and maybe you don't have time right this second to join. It's okay if you listen in the future or you listen tomorrow. Those of you who aren't here with us now, but we really love it when you come in the chat. I lost. It's really great to have you all here. And before we go forward, let's talk about a little bit about Marina. What do you have coming up on your channel? What do you have that you want people to know about?
Well, later on this evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I'll be hosting the Golden Girls Coffee Clutch. So, yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun. We're, again, spoiled for choice as to what we're going to talk about. And it's kind of like getting together with your girlfriend, sitting around the table and gossiping, really, in a way, right? So, and it's okay. It's okay. We're totally okay with it. So that is happening this evening, Saturday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The lovely Trish James is going to be joining me. And yeah, so we'll do some readings, catch up with her. I know she's working on a few things and always enjoy getting together with her.
So she's wonderful.
Yes. Yeah. So there's that. And then next week is actually going to be fairly quiet because we're not doing a show next week. It's Christmas Day.
Yes.
And you know what? We want you to spend it with people who are important to you, who mean something to you. And I know I'll be at my sister's house enjoying lunch.
That's as you should be.
As I should be, yes. Yeah. And it's, same old rules. She makes the meal. I bring the wine and dessert. Yeah. And so I always make sure that it's good dessert and quality wine.
Oh, yeah.
Because I go to my wine guy.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Sounds good. I'm starting to get, I'm ready for some. I like the reds, Pinot Noir, or, even a good Burgundy can be nice. But,
absolutely.
I have to say, there is also coming up, though, when is the Shine Your Light event?
Oh, the Shine Your Light event is on December 27th, Saturday. And looking forward to that. There's a few people that I need to hear back from in terms of putting on the show. So you know what? If it's going to be like just 4 hours of me being positive, absolutely.
That's perfectly suitable.
Yeah, totally acceptable. Because you know what? I understand that people have families. Some people are going to be traveling. Some in our group are going to have other things that come up, and that's perfectly okay. So yeah, there will be a Shine Your Light event on the 27th. Come and join me, and let's see who shows up.
Yeah, exactly. Won't that be fun? I mean, and think about this energy at the end of the year. Sitting in that beautiful, powerful energy. That is a very amazing thing in that group setting of Shine Your Light, to do that for yourself in this new energy coming into 2026. So I know I'll be there.
Yes, you will.
And you can you can still book readings and classes with Marina at marinasheartcenteredtarot.com. You can sign up there. Go to book online, or it's all there. It's all there.
It's all there.
It's
just,
all there.
yeah,
Marina,
you can take a look, not only for the classes, but for readings, so on. That, yeah, just check it out. It's actually a very, very beautiful website.
And yes, it is. And you can do gift cards, which is really an e-card. So they get it by email. You can, those, oh man, I should have sent that card or present sooner. Oh, it's not going to get there in time. Oh, I'll just go to Heart Center, to Marina's heartcenteredtarot.com and buy an e-card, and it'll just be emailed to them and they get it instantly.
Yes, they do.
So that's just a little tip for those who are late shoppers like me.
Yes. And then, do the same thing on Val's Dragonfly Crystals.store.
Yeah.
Do the same thing. This is, you don't have to go out in the weather. You don't have to worry about there being snowstorms or dealing with traffic or rude people or whatever might come up, right? You're in the comfort of your own home, sitting in your jammies, having your coffee, going, yep, bye.
Yeah, that's my finger gets a lot of, I have very strong fingers from all the, I tell my husband.
Yes.
And you can also sign up for our memberships.
Yes.
Be a member on Marina's channel and a member on not channel. Let's go right to the website. Be a member on the website, because this gives you great perks. And we meet with you on Zoom. So you are going to really experience a very big energetic opening every time we gather and get together. A lot goes on. So consider that.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's fabulous. It's fabulous. So consider that.
Very nice.
And so I just want to say, also, some few more people came in. Pamela, good to see you. Annie, Richleen, hi, and Cheryl, D. Bailey, Jeremy, good to see you all. Oh, glad you're here. And the topic.
Wait.
What?
What have you got going on? What are you doing? Gloss over it.
I'm not doing that much because we're having the holidays. I am doing a few things though.
Yes.
Colleen the Cool Crone, and I tomorrow are doing at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern, another 3-Eye Atlas show.
Oh.
And we're going to talk about some of the astrology involving it and a few other things. That should be interesting. And also, I'm going to be on the 22nd. I don't have a link for that now, but Kim Copeland's having that psychic fair on the 22nd, 9 to 12. And I'm going to be in that reading for people. So come on.
Oh, nice.
When you see that link, you can go to Kim's website.
Yes.
And you can sign up for that psychic fair, and will be assigned to whoever the readers are. And I'm one of them. So that's something to look at. And it goes toward animals. It goes toward, it's a really great charity. And I can't remember exactly what it is. So that's it for me. So dragonflycrystals.store, you can still sign up for January's Zoom event for Arthur and Val, where you get 10 minutes of readings from Arthur and I. January 17th, you can sign up on dragonflycrystals.store. And a meditation class is coming up December 20th. Hurry and sign up for that, because it isn't, oh my God, and I don't know anything. You just sit there. No, you talk to your guides and angels. You talk to them. You have conversations. We talk about it. We call it channeling. You channel them through. You're talking to them during the whole class. So those of you who think you don't have any connection, don't talk to your guides and angels, come on. dragonflycrystals.store.
Yes.
And you can sign up for that, because it's an eye-opener. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
And especially now,
yeah,
so
especially now.
many people are becoming aware, are willing to look at some of the coincidences and things that have happened in their life, and they're willing to admit initially just a little that maybe there's something else going on here instead of me just being a good guesser.
Yes,
And
exactly.
that's where it starts. And then all of a sudden you reach out and you start getting the tools, and you're going,
It wasn't just a coincidence. It wasn't just a, yeah, you're
yes,
intuitive, you're a psychic medium,
yes,
you're all these things. You were born that way, as
yes,
everyone is. So I love that.
yes,
And
absolutely.
don't get me wrong, some people are born and they're completely open. They're just a psychic from day one when they
Yes.
were a little kid. And some of us have a little bit of step into the
Yes.
energy of it and start doing it. Then it
Yes.
all, oh yeah, it's there.
Just a little nudge,
A little
just a
nudge,
teeny little nudge.
a
Yeah.
little teeny nudge, and it starts at. So Marina, oh my gosh, you got a great message from the guides for today, for messages for light workers. Can
Wow.
you share with everyone what that was?
Okay. So yeah, let me
Yeah.
what had happened. Okay. So the message that I got was family.
Hmm.
And not only the family that you're born into, but the family that you choose, the family that you spend your energy with, and whatnot, and what does that family look like? And the concept that that the family that we are born into is something that it we're just born into it. We don't have a lot of choice.
Yeah.
But there's lessons and things to be learned along the way from each and every one of them that are there. And as all things, as we mature, as we grow, we expand, and we recognize that sometimes there are those people that, even though they are a sister, brother, mother, aunt, uncle, cousin, whatever, that it is okay if we kind of go down separate paths.
Yeah.
Right? It's absolutely acceptable. So last week, I used the Neptune Moon, Trisha's deck,
Mhm.
because it did such a fabulous job of giving the message. So I thought I'll use them again this time and see what happens. And honest to goodness, you guys, I shuffled the cards. Val and I were talking as I was shuffling the cards. I pulled 4 cards. Out of the 4 that I pulled, 2 of them were the same cards that came out last week.
Oh, you
And
can't.
no, you can't make that up. And in the same position that they came out
Oh,
last week. Okay.
yeah.
So what we got was cosmic law, that balance, fairness, and justice. The serpent's keep or reap, whichever. And this is about being guarded from the unready. So being protected. Okay. The next card that I got was lunar illumination, and this is beyond the hidden, reveal the hidden. So and then the last card that I got was purity surrounds.
Wow.
And that is cleanse negative energy. The other thing that was really kind of neat, after I pulled these cards and went, oh wow, holy, is I put the cards back in the box that they go into. And what happened to be at the bottom of the deck was the polar duality. This was the third card that had come out last week.
Wow.
So clearly the message is, okay, are you paying attention? Pay attention, because this is important.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. So this is about letting go of relationships and things that no longer serve us, that no longer feel good, that no, if Aunt Betty happens to call and wants you to come visit and you haven't seen her in a couple of years and you really just don't want to, it's okay. You don't have to. It's okay to say no.
Yeah, absolutely.
And move on from that. Right.
Yeah. I agree. And so, some of us, we don't have to be trapped anymore in the idea, oh, they're blood. Oh, they're,
yes.
You really don't have to be tied together in the way in which you think you owe them something.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And particularly when you think in terms of, well, they're the family and its obligation, and if it was just, we tend to tolerate a lot of things in the name of family, that we wouldn't tolerate from strangers or acquaintances.
Exactly.
And yet we do it because, well, it's Aunt so-and-so. Oh, it's Uncle so-and-so.
You make allowances
it's sister.
For their bad behavior or what.
Yes. And we don't have to. It's okay not to get into that.
Yeah.
And that right along with what you got.
Yeah.
it's fabulous.
It's right in. Yeah. So, all of you, I just want to say hi to everybody who's come in. Tapioca Thievery, Garnet, good to see you. Artist Liz, Emily, good to see you. And Lynn, nice to see you here. So, my topic for today from the guides, I heard the word expansion. And of course, they were giving me some big ones for our focus, for us to actually look at and understand expansion. Well, what's the other side of expansion? Contraction.
Yes.
And to understand what that looks like, and because we go through it, we're always going through this kind of expansion, contraction kind of experience, sort of like a catalyst to bloom bigger, and then another contraction, another catalyst to bloom bigger. Think of it like that. But it is spiritual expansion is the natural widening of consciousness beyond the conditioned self. So as Marina was talking about, thinking you have to cater to a particular relative or be, you don't have to do all that. Go to Aunt Betty's if that doesn't float your boat anymore. You don't have to do that. You really don't. You don't have to. So, so it is not about becoming more spiritual. Really, expansion is about remembering more of who you are. And it happens when your awareness grows, your identity loosens from fear-based narratives. And what would those fear-based narratives be? It would be your self-identity of I'm not good enough, I'm unworthy, or I'm this or I'm that. Or if I don't cater to this person, they won't like me. Or they feel like you have to ingratiate yourself at work to have your coworkers like you or your boss appreciate what you're doing. No, you're good enough just how you do your job and do it well. You don't have to ingratiate yourself or do any of those fear-based narratives. Just show up authentically, right, Marina? Show up as you are. So then, there's all of that fear-based stuff. You can imagine the rest of it. We know what our fears are usually based on. not being accepted, being abandoned, being betrayed, being ignored, being all these things. So
Yes.
that is really loosening from us now. That is loosening and dissolving from us right now, where we're going to find ourselves going, oh, you aren't going to pay attention to those things anymore. It's just not going to be something that triggers you or calls you. And the nervous system relaxes enough to allow higher perception. So you know your awareness is growing when your nervous system relaxes enough to allow in higher perception. So you know how you get those aha moments. You're just sitting there and all of a sudden you either read something, see something, hear something, and you go, oh, and it may have been something you've heard before, but suddenly
it makes sense.
It makes sense. It triggers you for a greater awareness. So this is when your nervous system just goes, you know what? I'm comfortable just like I am. I don't have to cater. I don't have to do. I don't have to all this fear controlling stuff. No. Yep. And so you occupy more of your multidimensional self in the body. Imagine that. You occupy more of your multidimensional self in the body. That means that all of your lives, all of your soul garnered lifetimes, your concurrent lifetimes, all here coalescing now, whether that be galactically, on Earth school, or wherever. All of what you are is available in that multidimensional self in the body. Expansion is energetic, emotional, perceptual, and somatic. And somatic means in the body.
Yes.
So it is all at once. Expansion is energetic, emotional, perceptual, and somatic all at once. Think of it as the soul stretching into the human form without resistance. It's all here right now. Mm-hmm. We're just stretching to expand that understanding, expand that realization, expand that remembrance. And how expansion feels, some common markers are, it's subtle at first, and sometimes it doesn't always feel blissful. Sometimes it can feel unfamiliar, and you may notice a sense of spaciousness inside, where you feel this vastness, like maybe a freedom, a sense of freedom, whatever that however that shows up. You might have slower reactions to things, less urgency to prove, defend, or explain. Well, my friend always said something like that, and blah, 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 and it always made my, resentment or ego or, jealousy tweak a little more. But you know what? I heard it, and it didn't do that to me today. So less urgency to prove, defend, or explain. Curiosity is replacing judgment. Curiosity.
Yes.
How is the universe working? How is it flowing? Not, oh, somebody looked like that or did that or blah, 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 or even about yourself. Those are just ego-based concepts that are dissolving away. So curiosity is that childlike wonder of the universe. That is where you really go far. So a softening of an emotional charge, any kind of emotional charge toward anything. Those are your triggerings. Those we've been talking about. An increased neutrality, being more neutral about everything, not holding an opinion, being in the middle, being in the observation. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means that you aren't judging it. It's showing up and you're not judging it. You're being neutral about it. So moments of deep.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, right. And Marina, moments of deep presence. Maybe you're just sitting there, or you're sitting there in meditation, or you're walking in a peaceful state, and all of a sudden you have this deep, overwhelming peace come over you. You're going to have more moments of that when you know that you're in this expansion. Heightened intuition without force. It just comes to you. You have it. It's you. Yes. You're expanding.
Yeah. You're just remembering. That's all. You're just remembering.
Exactly. And so compassion arising naturally, not with not with effort. You don't have to go, oh, yeah, I care about him. Oh,
Yeah.
you just have this heart that's open, and you see someone and you wonder about their journey. Maybe you see them on the
Yes.
side of the road collecting, you know, money or whatever they're doing.
Bottles. Yeah.
And
Cans. Who knows?
yeah, you don't know their journey, and you're just curious. You aren't going to make a judgment about any of that. That's kind of what came to my mind as I talked about that. But it's a natural thing. Physically, expansion may show up as relaxation in the chest or belly. You know, that deep peace in your solar plexus, and that breath in your lungs when you can take a full deep breath.
Yes.
You know, when you're contracting instead of expanding, you can't take that full deep lung breath or solar plexus breath where your stomach is involved. So yeah,
Exactly.
you also
and it's releasing too the when you are not in judgment.
Yeah,
that is when you can release those quote unquote family members
yes,
that you have outgrown, or you have whatever word you want to put in there, that you could release them without judgment. It's not like,
it's not an obligation to go to
no.
Aunt Susan's anymore.
Yes.
If you have something that you know you're drawn to do and you're meant to go do that, you can release yourself from that obligation. You aren't obligated.
Yes.
So think of it like that. So
Totally.
that tingling and warmth in your body, feeling taller, wider, or lighter, just feeling expansive. So this is physically. So a gentle opening or sensation around the heart. You can feel your heart expand, your crown chakra, or the back of your body expanding out. So contraction versus expansion, and how to tell the difference. We talked to you a little bit about this. The tightness in the body, the rigidity, and not being able to take a full breath. Mental looping in the mind script. And Marina's class, about the tape loops. What's that called, Marina? And
changing the tape.
Changing the tape. So that mental looping, you might consider, if you're having a little struggle with that, take Marina's class for that at marinasheartcentertarot.com. Fear of outcomes. This is also something that you're contracting a little bit when you start to get into that mode. Needing to control, defensiveness, overthinking, urgency, self-doubt, emotional reactivity. We all have those moments and we go unconscious and we overreact and we go, oh, that got me, because it can happen, not very often at this age, but it can.
Yes, absolutely.
So a sense of shrinking or collapsing inward. So you just don't feel like your aura isn't all the way out through your whole house anymore. Let's put it that way. You can feel it tight, pulled in. It really pulls your awareness down and inward into survival patterns. And when expansion feels like space, breath, allowance, trust, openness, perspective, calm, clarity, gentle confidence, presence without effort, a sense of widening and rising.
Yes.
Contraction feels tightness. So yeah, it's something to realize that holding on to those old emotional armor kind of patterns. Imagine it is all based on fear.
Yes.
Those old emotional patterns, right, Marina?
Absolutely.
And you're holding on to some that you don't even know why you're holding on to it. And so, yeah, that's why Marina's class is a really good way to handle that, because you really get in there and realize what's been playing in your mind in the background, like a subliminal tape, and then you're reacting and doing things, and you go, I don't know why.
Yeah, exactly.
So these,
one of the things that as you've been talking, that I kind of I was reminded of, and it kind of fits in. I was watching YouTube the other day, and one of the things that came up was this person who takes care of succulent plants.
Yeah.
And what he or she was doing was to basically pruning the succulents, getting rid of all the dead leaves or the things that no longer supported that succulent.
Yeah.
And there was a few of them that, you start off with a fairly big, quote unquote, plant. And by the time that they're done, you've got a couple small little clusters with maybe 7-8 leaves. And you think, oh, wow, that kind of doesn't look like it did before. No, it doesn't. But by getting rid of the leaves that are, even though they're dead, they might still be consuming energy that is not going to the leaves that are healthy.
Exactly.
It is diminishing that plant. It is not allowing it to bloom fully.
Yeah, and maybe the sun can't hit the bottom of the plant to help it grow, and
Exactly.
all these leaves are choking out the sunlight, and all of this. That's a really beautiful analogy as to how all of this fear-based stuff can really stop your expansion and hold
you. Yeah, because there are dead leaves there, and we need to get rid of the dead leaves so that the plant itself can expand, so that it can grow.
Absolutely. I love that. I think that is beautiful. And, because expansion dissolves familiar identity structures, when you expand, old emotional armor loosens, nervous system has to recalibrate. The ego loses reference points. It's looking around for the same old tracks it's been playing it, but it can't find them anymore because you've kicked them out of you've dissolved it. So the body learns, and the ego, it'll be like, huh?
Confused. Yes.
The body learns new frequencies. This can feel like disorientation. So while you are going through this expansion, there can be some disorientation, some fatigue, emotional release, some crying, pressure in the head or chest, or a temporary sense of who am I now? Because you're so new to yourself, you feel like you got up and don't know who you are anymore.
Yes. No.
I mean, this can be expansion on a big level where you just have totally blown out of the water, expanded.
Yes. And be ready for people who you haven't seen in a while, or you haven't interacted with in a while, to look at you and go, there's something different about you. Something's changed. I don't know what it is, but something's changed. Yeah. Think of that as a major win. Woo-hoo. Yes.
Yes. It means you are retesting the old waters to see how far you've come, right, Marina?
Yeah. I'm expanding. That's what I'm doing. I'm expanding.
You're expanding. You're expanding. And I love that. And also, what I just read off to you is about your capacity. It really shows you your capacity is increasing as you're going through all these weird things. It's pointers to say, you're expanding. Your capacity to hold more light and information is expanding. It's really, you're allowing it to happen. And that's just, so be present. Be present is all you have to do. And when that happens, you arrive fully in the moment. Before meditating, channeling, teaching, or working, they're suggesting you pause, feel your body, notice your breath. Yes. Let yourself be here, present. That's expansion. Allow instead of effort, because what you allow effort tightens, allowance expands. And whatever happens in the moment, don't resist it. Just work
Yep.
with everything. And say to yourself, can I let this sensation be here without fixing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't want to think of yourself as having to be fixed. You are perfect just like how you are. Let's get out of that old concept. You are not all those things that we just talked about. You're a divine source being. So don't focus on the identification. Yourself being that, because you're not.
Exactly.
That's a really good point to remind us all about. And you're just changing your perspective. And still the mind, stilling the mind is about allowing your ego to calm down. It's always going to be with you. It's always there. And it's helpful on the earth plane in many ways. But you don't want it to run amok.
Yes. Exactly. You have some control over ego.
You do.
And not the other way around.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So,
you do. You really have to understand how to talk to the ego, when to tell it to take a back. Well, thank you for your opinion and guidance. Now take a back seat.
yes.
And have that conversation. And it'll do what you say. So and if you don't give it the I'm not going to say time of day. If you don't give it the focus and put all your awareness on ego, whatever it's coming up with, suddenly it just gets disinterested and that stuff dissolves because it's bored.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's literally bored because it wants to see you have a reaction.
Yep.
So
yeah, totally. It totally does. It totally does. And it's once you realize that you do have control over ego, and you can change what it is that the ego wants.
yeah.
You can change where the ego is comfortable and where it's uncomfortable. You can change the way that ego talks to you. Now, like Val said, yeah, ego is important because it's still that there's that part of the monkey brain that relies on the ego to keep us safe. Yeah. It's the voice that you're going down the road and all of a sudden you're driving and you hear stop. Right? That's that monkey brain saying danger ahead.
Yes.
Right? And you learn to pay attention to that versus, stop because there's an ice cream stand right there.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, I hope all of this resonates for you and that it shows you that in this time, in this last month of 2025 and on through 2026, this is quite the expansion going on. And so I think the guides just wanted you all to realize what that all looked like, to really put it into your minds and into your awareness, the mechanisms and how it all looks. Even if you aren't thinking now like it's going to mean something to you, it does, it will. There's some reason why they're explaining it now. And I pulled the card Compassion. This is the Arcturian activation cards. Compassion is part of this expansion, to stand by others without judgment and be the mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our hearts into the world. That's pretty amazing. Soul time. And this is about allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. And next to that was divine masculine. And it supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. So you might want to draw on this. For instance, if you're one of those people who find your boundaries really soft around telling people no, that you don't have time to do this, that, or the other thing, get your divine masculine, dust it off, get it working for you. This is what you need to balance within you. Divine masculine, divine feminine.
Yes.
Boom. Everyone needs the good balance between. So passion is the last card that I pulled for this expansion. And that it reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity. Move us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. So passion isn't going out there and being all in angst and getting it's that excitement inside of us.
Yep.
It's that joy, that inner fire that fires us up, not in a way in which it is an aggressive kind of situation, but
it doesn't consume us. It just it just gives us more meaning, more understanding.
Exactly.
And I think it is vital that these messages are coming through now, because don't forget, 2025 is a 9-year.
It is.
This is when the things come to a close. This is when we review things that we've done in the past. And we can let go of things. That's what 9-year asks you to do, is to let go of things so that you can go into a 1 year and be joyful about the things that are there. Be excited about the new things that are coming in and taking a look at them. It's no mistake that we are in the age of Aquarius, where we are moving from the me, myself, and I to the we, where we consider others, where we are expanding our families to include those that are not related to us by blood, to recognize that we are all part of the one collective, and hurting one hurts the others.
Exactly.
We're not separate. So we go forward with intention that, we are going to all be part of that cosmic law, the balance, the justice, the togetherness, the unity, the love. When we share that with others, it doesn't diminish us. It makes us grow. It helps us.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Very timely. And I absolutely love the message that you got with expansion, because that's
it really is a timely thing to look at. And as things are ending and you're closing out, what happens? You've done this fabulous job. You achieved X, Y, Z that you set out to this year, as a civilization, as a people, as humanity, and personally. And you're going into that beautiful 9-year.
Yes.
So what you're doing is, when you're in that closing, new things are starting to come. So how do you get there? How do you get to these new things? You let go of all the old. You appreciate yourself for it. You let go of all the old. And what does that do for you when you let it all go? You've now made an empty space for the new to come in. And that is your expansion. Yes. While you are doing this during 2026, you're making space for that creative flow, that 2027 will bring, where you are going to be exponentially blasting off like a rocket ship.
Yes.
So I still say you'll blast off like a rocket ship in 2026 as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love that. And I wanted to say hi to Early Dawn. Good to see you here. And Viviani, nice to see you.
Yes.
And Bernadette Ashraf, good to see you. And Emily, nice for you. I'm glad you joined us. And Anya, good to see you.
Yes.
Creative Chick Studios, that's cute.
Yes.
And Arlene, good to see you here too.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah,
I mean, basically that's it.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah, Gloria said, this is an absolutely fabulous program.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sweet
This is,
yeah. That's very sweet of you. Yeah. Thank you for saying that, Glorios.
Because we love it. We absolutely love it. We are always guided by our spirit guides, the universe, whatever, in terms of what it is that we're going to share with you, what message we have. It is always absolutely bang on. And even though Val and I do not discuss what the show's going to be about until, we meet backstage a few minutes before the show goes on, and you say hi, how are you, you catch up a little bit, and then so what'd you get? And it's amazing how they always work in synchronicity, how they always back each other, and how one works off of the other. And it is just over 3 years. Last week was our 3-year Messages for Lightworker anniversary. And it is just, every episode confirms for us that we're on the right track. We're doing the right thing. We're sharing what we need to share with you. So if you enjoy the messages that we have, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to both channels. Hit the little bell icon so that you're notified whenever we go live or anything that we do. And don't forget, I will remind you to check your subscriptions on both our channels, because every once in a while, YouTube or whoever is out there does some weird and wonderful things, and people are unsubscribed. Have no idea what the algorithm looks for or what it does, so that we can tell you ahead of time, oh, by the way, it could. No, you just all of a sudden you stop getting notifications, and you go, well, how come I, did most of the time what people will think is, oh my God, did they drop me as a subscriber? No,
we don't know.
We don't do that.
It's because somehow the rhythms desubscribe people for some reason. We haven't figured out yet. But just to let you know that the next Messages for Lightworkers will be January 1st on Marina's channel, Heart Centered Tarot, episode 158. Yes. Everyone. So tune in for that. And, thank you for being with us during this episode 157. And we really appreciate your energy. And thank you, Lisa. Thank you. She says, thank you both so much. I needed this info. Oh, that's sweet. And it's so nice to hear that from you all, that it resonates for you. And even if it doesn't resonate right at this minute, there's a reason why the guides are saying these are our topics for today. We'll need this information at some point. So
absolutely.
Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us over the past year. Look
Yes,
forward to having you as part of our little tribe going forward.
absolutely.
And yeah, this is a fabulous community. So yeah,
it really is. It really is. And so we really appreciate you all. And happy holidays, everyone.
Yes.
And happy New Year. We'll see you in the new year. Bye,
Yes.
everyone.
Bye for now.